In the late 1970s, a man named David lived in a small, isolated town in the United States. David was a long-haul truck driver, known for his stoic demeanor and relentless work ethic. He was the kind of man who scoffed at ghost stories and dismissed any talk of the supernatural as nonsense. But one fateful winter night, his skepticism was put to the ultimate test. It was an unusually cold and moonless night when David received an urgent call to deliver a load to a distant city. The warehouse he picked up from was in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by dense, snow-covered woods that seemed to swallow the faint light from his truck's headlights. As he set off on the lonely highway, the only sound was the steady hum of the engine and the crunch of tires against the snow-covered road. As David drove further into the night, the snow began to fall harder, transforming the road into a slick, treacherous path. The darkness was oppressive, the kind that seemed to absorb the light rather than reflect it. David, however, was unfazed, his focus solely on the road ahead. But as midnight approached, something changed. The truck's radio, which had been silent, suddenly crackled to life with bursts of static, cutting through the silence like a blade. Startled, David adjusted the dial, but the only thing that came through was a faint, distorted voice. It whispered unintelligible words, too faint to understand, yet filled with an unsettling tone. A chill ran down David's spine, and he quickly turned the radio off, preferring the unsettling silence over the eerie noise. The sense of unease began to grow. David couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. As he drove deeper into the night, he noticed a strange shadow in the rearview mirror, something moving in the sleeper cab behind him. It was just a fleeting glimpse, but it was enough to send his heart racing. He told himself it was just a trick of the light, the product of fatigue, but the nagging feeling wouldn't go away. The road ahead seemed endless, swallowed by the darkness, and with each passing mile, the temperature inside the cab seemed to drop. David's breath began to fog up, and an icy chill crept into his bones. The feeling of being watched intensified, and no matter how many times he glanced at the mirror, the shadowy figure seemed to flicker in and out of existence.